All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth and sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And as we've been saying, things is going to get worse.
We are about to be broke. 80% of our country makes less than $157,000. 80% of our country. Y'all make me so mad because y'all was so stupid to vote for this shit. And we're all about to be broke. If you are the poorest in the country and you make up to $28,000, your taxes are going up $790. If you make between $28,000 and $55,000, your taxes are going up $1,430. If you make between $55,000 and $94,000, your taxes are going to go up $1,530. If you make between $94,000 and $157,000, your taxes are going to go up to $1,790. Oh wait.
So, as we've been prophesying of bad times, and we are in those bad times, and as you see, when you go to the store, you see that those tariffs is hitting. You also see that the store shelves is not as stocked as it used to be. You also see that everything around you is getting more expensive. So, on top of the so-called tax cuts, but there is tax cuts for the rich, which she about to get into next. But before we get to that, I want to bless you with a scripture to let you know that this is what he is. It says, the bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood. So this devil, what he does, he might not physically shed blood, but it's the same thing. Because, and I'm talking about in this sense as the scripture that we read. Now, obviously, he shed blood. I'm just talking about in this scripture right here, right? It's the same as shedding blood. Because you are depriving a man and woman of taking care of themselves. And the scriptures, the scriptures also say that it's better to be slayed with the sword than to be slayed with hunger. So imagine starving to death, because that is what's going to come. The scriptures goes into it. That's part of the Lord's judgment. So it says, he that taketh away his neighbor's living, slayeth him. See, everything is spiritually before it's physically. As we all know, hey, the devil been blessed with the sword now. That's how he got what he got, through the sword. He shed millions and millions and millions upon blood. All right, but in the context of this scripture, this is another way of bloodshedding. He that taketh away his neighbor's living, slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder. In our law, you actually supposed to pay a man the same day, not wait a week, not wait 2 weeks. So everything is backwards. He is the devil. He opposes, that is all, as it says in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, I'm quoting it. But he opposed that everything. Matter of fact, let me just get it, because I wanted to quote it verbatim, but I guess I gotta get it. So it says, who opposed him and exalted himself above all that is called a power, or that is worship. So as he as a power sitteth in the temple of the Most High, show himself that he is the Most High. So, this is what he does. He thinks that he got the power to. Now, understand what I'm about to say. Obviously, the Lord gave him the power to do this, but he think that he's doing this by his own power. Okay, so he think he is the Most High. He don't have the Most High in his thoughts, as it says in Psalms 10. Okay, so when he do things, he actually think he doing it. He actually think he's in control. So it said, the poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich have many friends. See, one thing about subjugating Israelites into a specific area, you put them in the hood, ghettos, whatever you want to call them, right? And then they start to have hatred towards each other because you put them in what you call projects, which is a project that you created. And then it's no jobs. There's really no way to provide for yourself. And you put them in the worst living conditions. So what they start to do, look at each other with hate. So that's why I said the poor is hated even of his own neighbor. But the rich have many friends. Now, check this out.
To $1,790. Oh wait, here's when it gets good. If you make between $157,000 and $360,000, your taxes are only going to go up $610. But it gets better. If you make between $360,000 and $914,000, your taxes will decrease by $7,160.
See, that's what you call the rich have many friends, but the poor, right? I think that's 18. It said the poor useth entreaties, which means that they're asking for mercy. Come on, man, give us a fair shake. But the rich answer roughly, because they speak lawfully concerning oppression, as it's saying in Psalm 73:8. They speak very proudly and they act like you're supposed to be in the position that you are in. Now, Yahweh Shai even said in John 12:8 that the poor will always be with you, but me will not be with you always. Because Yahweh Shai came on the scene to do what he had to do. So, yes, in a balanced world, because the Lord is balanced, you got to have poor, you got to have rich. But see, this world is not balanced, it's unbalanced. And it's way more poor than people who got money, as they call themselves the 1%. And when you have the 1%, right, everybody's welfare cases to the 1%. But, through intermarriage and nepotism and as we say, it ain't about what you know, who you know. Some people are able to live, a little lavish life, a little bit more comfortable than others, But all of this is going to blow up in your face, because this is what, a matter of fact, what's that scripture? Just blew my, where is it at?
If you're in the top 1%, the richest people in the world making over $900,000, your taxes will decrease by $36,320. This is Donald Trump's proposal for tax cuts. I can't afford that. I don't know 80% of this country that can afford that.
Yeah, because, damn it, I think this is it. It said, behold the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields. So yeah, these people, especially our people. Now, when it talks about the poor, right? Obviously in the scriptures it's talking about us. And even in these, what's the word? Damn, man, why does this keep happening to me? I gotta, oh man. But anyways, I guess I got to find another word, but demographic, there we go. The water Yahweh Bashim Al-Bashai. Even when when it talks about the poor, the demographics is talking about us. Just because you have a poor white man here and there, you got a poor Chinese man, which I have never seen a poor Chinese man. I'm just saying, I've been on the earth 37 years. I have never, I'm talking about, well, at least the ones that's over here. I can't speak for, the Chinese people that's in China, because I haven't been over there, but I have never came across a poor Chinese person. All right. But anyways, let's just say that it's some of them too. When it comes to statistics, they deal with majority, especially when it comes to these type of statistics. Okay. So the poor will be blacks being number one, Native Americans and Latinos. All right. Which are Israelites. So, and to be honest, those reservations that Gad is on, which is classified as so-called North Americans, whoo, man, those are deplorable. But the point is that all of this, you gonna reap what you sow, man. You gonna reap what you sow. So it says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you, kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them have reached into the ears of the Lord Sabaoth, which is the Lord of armies. So the Lord sees all of this and he's going to repay.
Trying to dry us out. I hate everybody that voted for him.
But yep, we just got a few more scriptures. Just a little quick video just to show you that, hey man, it's about to get worse. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that also shall he reap. All right, and he will come to one. So when you see the scriptures, right, and it talks about he shall want, it's really saying lack. That's why you have to go into the original language, like the Greek and the Hebrew, because when it say that he shall want, it means actually he shall lack. Just to put that out there. So it says, there is that waxeth rich by his weariness and pinching, and this is the portion of his reward. Whereas he said, I have found rest, and now will eat continually of my goods, and yet he knoweth not what time shall come upon him, and that he must leave those things to others and die. All right. So yeah, by weariness and pinching, stealing from everybody. Oh, also, just to let you know, and this is documented, this came out a while ago. You're not even supposed to pay taxes.
Let me key off of something, Mr. Miller, you said. You said foolish mistakes were made. I think the president actually said it better. He said that the handling of those tax-exempt applications in that process at the IRS was outrageous and intolerable. No excuse. And as much as we know that the folks at IRS have a thankless job because they have to go and tell their fellow Americans that they may be audited or they have to do this work understaffed, we have to maintain the confidence in the system because it's a voluntary system of payment of our taxes. Agreed.
It's a voluntary system of payment of our taxes. Agreed.
So, and the guy who exposed about the Nick Rockefeller and trying to get everybody chipped, the guy that they killed, Aaron Russo, he had a America to fascism. I can't say the word. It's America to fascism, I think. But he exposed that in the documentary how, in the books, you ain't even supposed to be paying taxes. But this is the devil, and he also been blessed with the sword, and he forced things by the sword. All right. So yeah, don't pay your taxes and see what happens. Even though it's not on the books, even though it's not written into law, but don't pay your taxes to see what happens. All right, that's the devil for you. So I got 2 more scriptures in mind. We're gonna end the video. This is a scripture I was thinking of when I was making an example about the want. So it says, he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich, as we just seen that video of that young woman, right? Talking about how everybody else got to pay thousands of dollars extra, hundreds of dollars extras in taxes, but the rich, they decrease. All right. That giveth to the rich shall surely come to want, which means that you're going to come to the point of destitute. Because that is your future, Esau, Edom, just to let you know. He that buildeth his house with other men's money is like one that gathereth himself stones for the tomb of his burial. Okay, so that is your judgment. The Most High is not mocked, man. Whatever a man soweth, that which he shall reap, man. So if it's the Lord's will, I really want to end on this scripture every video when it comes to this devil. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leave into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience in the face of the saints. Now remember, he is a bloodshedder because he deprived people of being able to feed and provide for themselves. All right. And then we also know that he actually physically put people to death too. But all of these things is coming to him. All right. So all we got to do is stay prayed up. The Lord said that he got us. Since you have kept the words of my patience, all right, I will also keep you from the hour of temptation, because the conclusion of the matter is that everything, all of this taxing, to the point that he's going to crash the system, to the point that people are going to be begging for a solution. And the solution is to be microchipped. But the Lord said, if you do take it, you're going to be destroyed. And as I just quoted in Revelation 3:10, he's going to keep you from that hour of temptation. He's going to provide for you. So all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Seek ye out the Lord while he may be found. And Shalom.